Back 4 Blood is an upcoming cooperative zombie shooter that is the spiritual successor to the Left 4 Dead series. The game is being developed by Turtle Rock Studios and is being published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. Let's break down everything we know about Back 4 Blood, including the new concept art, the amount of survivors in-game, and if the game will include microtransactions. As always, all the sources will be linked in the description below, so make sure to check that out and support those original articles. And with that out of the way, let's get into everything we know about Back 4 Blood. Turtle Rock Studios is the game developer working on Back 4 Blood. From 2008 to 2011, they were acquired by Valve, and during that time, they worked on the original Left 4 Dead, along with Left 4 Dead 2 The Passing and Left 4 Dead 2 The Sacrifice. Then Turtle Rock was refunded as an independent studio and wanted to make their own games such as Evolve. They are now working on Back 4 Blood, and the reason this is a new game and not another Left 4 Dead entry is because Valve still owns the IP for the series, and when Turtle Rock restarted their studio, they lost the IP and had to start from scratch, which is why this game has a new name and is considered a spiritual successor instead. The team has also bulked up their staff in preparation for this project and bigger projects in general. In 2010, they only had 5 employees, and up till 2019, now they have over 100. So they have a bigger staff to work on larger projects and are ready to take on bigger AAA titles. So our official news starts in March of 2019. Back 4 Blood was officially announced by Turtle Rock Studios and Warner Bros. As the publisher, which is reassuring to know that a publisher was already involved to help fund the game's development, which means that normally then development can go on pretty smoothly and they wouldn't be looking for a publisher throughout the development of the game. Along with the announcement, we got an official statement and a fact sheet. So it says, Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment and Turtle Rock Studios today announced Back 4 Blood from the creators and development team behind the critically acclaimed co-op phenomenon Left 4 Dead. Back 4 Blood is designed from the ground up as an original premium title and marries the best of what made the co-op zombie shooter so successful with new features and state-of-the-art technology. Quote, we are thrilled to partner with the proven Turtle Rock Studios team on Back 4 Blood to advance the co-op zombie genre forward with innovative multiplayer gameplay, said David Haddad, President, Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. The talented team at Turtle Rock has been developing amazing games together for a long time, and this is a great opportunity to work with them to create a new gaming universe built specifically with the large co-op zombie shooter community in mind. It's hard to overstate what an awesome opportunity this is. We get to return to a genre that was born in our studio with over 10 years of additional experience and zombie ideas racked up in our brains, said Chris Ashton, co-founder and design director. We also have some of the best teammates in the business over at WBIE who understand our development process and are equally committed to our player-first mentality. We love being able to announce so we can start working with the community right away. We are not resting on our past laurels. Our goal is to take what we've learned and push forward. We know that's a tall order, said Phil Robb, co-founder and creative director of Turtle Rock Studios. We're growing the team considerably because we're stepping up to the biggest challenge in the studio's history. We know that this title has to stand out and we fully intend to make that happen. Then they continued on with the fact sheet and they gave a few more limited details. They said the game will be a full premium AAA title and will most likely be priced accordingly, so $60. They can't announce any of the lore or story for the game yet. The current platforms they were developing on is for the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, and more possibilities aren't out of the question for consoles. They said they plan on competing against other AAA zombie and co-op shooters by, quote, going back to our roots and at the same time innovating on them. We know we have some big shoes to fill, but we're going all out to surpass everything we've done before. One of the questions on the fact sheet was about microtransactions, and the response said, quote, right now we're focusing on making the best, most fun, and exciting game we can. We'll figure out the post-launch stuff later, but if we do have paid post-launch content like microtransactions, we want to do something that the community feels good about. And then they go on, they say the game will not be a battle royale, the game will have PvP, there will be a campaign in the game, the team is using Unreal Engine 4, There will be playable mutations, zombies, and there will be more than one female playable character. The team closed out by saying that fans can watch their Discord for additional details. And one piece of information I wanted to touch on was the consoles. It says the game is being developed for the Xbox One and PS4, but with the current generation of consoles ending, it seems strange that they would not be developing for next-gen consoles as well, especially if this is a AAA title. So it's most likely going to come to next-gen consoles. We just aren't sure if it's going to be simultaneous with the launch on current gen or if it will be a later delayed release. But I would say expect that just from the nature of the budget of the game and what they're trying to do with it. Now, the next set of information I want to talk about comes from the Turtle Rock Twitter account, which has been very active throughout the past year, giving information and small details about the game. So let's get into some of the highlights. The first tweet was a community member asking exactly how many players can be in a single game and if it will be 4-player co-op, which most people had already assumed that Back 4 Blood would be 4-player co-op because of Left 4 Dead, and just because of the name itself, Back 4 Blood, the 4 players. Turtle Rock responded saying, quote, "Co-op is our jam. It will be 3, 4, or more. For now, we can't say." As I said, I would have assumed it would have been 4 people always, but I guess we have to remember that this is the same team who worked on Evolve, which is a 4v1 game, so it's possible this game could have 5 or 6 player co-op, depending on how much they want to strain the system and how they're going to balance the game. Along the same vein as multiplayer, a fan asked about local co-op split screen in Back 4 Blood, which once again Turtle Rock responded to the account saying that the team is considering the idea of split screen. Now, this is one feature I would say is unlikely. They aren't known for making any of their games up to this point split screen, and they might be better off putting their resources in other development aspects rather than split screen like additional maps, characters, or balance. But they didn't completely say no to the idea, so if you are someone who was excited about that, it is possible it could show up in the final release. And then we jump to 2020 for the rest of the posts. The first news we got from the game in 2020 was when a fan asked if we could see more about the game this year, as in 2020, which Turtle Rock responded saying we will, which once again is nice to hear considering we still don't have a logo for the game, a trailer, teasers, gameplay, characters, release window, or really anything besides the few small details they've given us, so it's nice to hear that they said throughout this year they will give us more details if they can. And then in February of 2020, fans got excited by a seemingly meaningless post at first glance, but the post itself said, quote, "Are you ready for the weekend? Cause we are. We've been hard at work at making this game for y'all. Hashtag Friday Feeling, hashtag milestone, hashtag Back 4 Blood." And fans started speculating what they think this milestone was. They did include Back 4 Blood in the hashtag and milestone, so fans started thinking, what is it? What did they just hit? And what are they celebrating? It definitely seems carefully worded, so fan speculation pointed to maybe its vocal work finished on the game, because they did announce that they were doing that, or potentially even an early playable build of the game. And Turtle Rock actually responded to some fan speculation on Reddit, saying they can't comment on what the milestone was, but they're still making great progress on the game. The team then gave further clarification on the game itself in terms of if it will just be a Left 4 Dead clone or refresh or redo with a new name. The community member also asked if they would be including magic or ultimate abilities in the game, and Turtle Rock responded saying, quote, "We assure you that while we are not creating a refresh or redo, we are taking what we know we do best and delivering that to a modern, current day audience. Luckily, that doesn't involve alts or magical guns, explosives we like though." And I think that's the best way to respond to this. I think the team understands what fans liked about the original Left 4 Dead and why it became such a massive hit and why it's still talked about all these years later. And I hope that the community members trust them. But I also know that this will be a new game. It will not be a direct one-to-one comparison. So this game will be different and innovate from the original Left 4 Dead, so go in being excited, but don't go in thinking you're going to get the exact same game. It's going to be different, and that might take some people off guard. Then on April 1st, a community member asked when we can expect to see a teaser for the game, And the studio responded saying, quote, "We are currently focused on developing the game and adjusting to doing that while not in the office. We've been cooking up lots of reveal ideas, but the game has to come first, of course." Now I know this is April 1st, but it wasn't an April Fool's joke. They actually responded seriously. So they did say that they've continued to work on the game through the global pandemic and have already started planning what a reveal for the game looks like, which led some people to believe that maybe the game is further along than we've thought. And this was added to further when a few months later, they responded to another fan who was asking them when we will get to see the trailer for the game. So Turtle Rock said they are already working on the trailer, but we don't know if this trailer will just be a teaser, which could be very simple, get fans excited and to get people talking about the game again, or if it could be as major as a reveal trailer with an early look at gameplay and a release date and a lot more information. We just aren't sure. We aren't sure where the game is at developmentally, but we do know they're working on a trailer. They've been teasing it for all of 2020, and it could be coming sooner than we think. And then the Twitter account gave a slight clarification for one of their statements on the fact page. Now they confirmed that there will be at least 2 playable female characters in the game. When their original statement on the fact page just said more than 1 character, now they're saying at least 2, if not more, which makes me believe that at the current state of development, they probably have 2 female characters fully fleshed out and at a good point in development, which is why they're okay confirming this type of information. And I would say almost certainly this game is going to have more than 4 playable characters. Once again, there were 20 different playable characters in Evolve, and I bet Turtle Rock is taking what they learned from that game in Balance and applying it to this game. I don't think it will be to the extent of 20 characters, but I could definitely see Back 4 Blood launching with more than 4 characters and then adding more and more characters post-release, and that could be part of their way to monetize the game post-release. Obviously, this is all speculation, but I think them saying more than 2 now female characters, and we still haven't heard anything really about the characters, I think there will be more than 4, and I wouldn't be surprised if they kept adding them post-launch, which could add more fuel to the multiplayer rumors. Maybe we could see 5 or 6 player co-op because there will be enough characters to support it without having doubles of the same character. And then a fan asked if there will be more than 1 model for Special Infected, which is a term from Left 4 Dead, and Turtle gave a simple response, just said, yes, there will be more than 1 model. And then on the 4th of July, we got our first look at concept art from the game, which shows a stronghold with the word hope on the outside. We see 2 characters approaching the base and dead zombies in the front. It doesn't really give us too much more than that, but it looks very grounded, it looks very real, and it doesn't look cartoony or fake, and it looks like a new destination for the Left 4 Dead series and ideas. And the last news we got is Turtle Rock said that if more people ask for additional concept art and details for the game, the more likely they will be able to give it to us. So basically they're saying to stay active on their Reddit, Discord, and Twitter, keep conversations going, keep watching videos, and keep talking about the game so they can give more and more information if the demand is there. And that is everything we know about Back 4 Blood. We can expect to see at least more concept art for the game before the year is up, if not maybe even a teaser and some additional details. We know they have been working on a trailer, and they were able to continue development of the game through the pandemic, so it shouldn't be delayed at all with their internal timeline. While the game is a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead, it will be a modern take on the game and will not be a one-to-one recreation. I'm speculating that the game will have more than 4 playable characters, and the game could have more or less than 4-player co-op. But that's where I'm going to end this video. Make sure to like and share, subscribe for weekly gaming news, and I will see you guys in the next one.